Hey everyone, this is Antoinette with your Lit Tip of the Week. This week's Lit Tip is going to get a little deeper into the academics of literacy instruction. If I was to ask you to tell me everything you know about the act of driving, you might think about the rules of the road, maybe your first driving experience, who taught you how to drive, your first accident, your first ticket, if you've ever had one, or a accident that you might have seen on the road, different experiences, different things you've seen or read about driving. And if we were going to read a book about driving, you'd have your mind ready and prepared and ready to connect to the character. This is called activating your schema or your background knowledge. Basically, your schema is everything that you know, the sum of all of your experiences, books you've read, conversations you've had, emotions, your current understanding about a topic, etc., all lumped up into different parts of your brain. And this is really important when we teach reading comprehension, because in order to comprehend a text, you have to interact with it and interact with your background knowledge and what you're reading. Efficient comprehension requires the ability to make connections and relate what's in the actual book to your own knowledge and your own experiences, your own schema. One great way of doing it is by asking questions before you read a book, just like I just showed you with the driving activity. What do you already know about? Have you ever seen or experienced? And what do you think might happen here? What makes you think that? And you can do that simply by studying the cover of the text, maybe the summary on the back of the back cover of the book, or going through a picture walk and showing your child images. A really great way to expand on activating schema or their prior knowledge before reading a book is by using a graphic organizer, something simple like the one I just showed you. And while kids are reading, in order to keep this thinking going, we can stop at different parts of the text and ask them to tell you what's happening to a character or what's happening in the story. What clues help them come up with that theory, and if they have any information or personal experiences or connections that help them get to those conclusions. You'll really get to learn a lot about your child as well, because you might see them make connections to activities that they've done in school that you weren't aware of or with friends. An example is if I were to read this book, Your Name is a Song. Before I read the book, I could ask my child, what do you already know about names or songs? And they might tell me everybody has a different name. Songs are beautiful. Some names are hard to say. Some names are easy to say. And that's already getting their mind ready to read and find out what's happening in this book. And during the text, you might ask them, how does the little girl feel about her name and what makes you say that? And they might tell you an experience about maybe somebody made fun of their name, or they heard somebody making fun of another kid's name at school, or someone in school has a beautiful name that they really love, or they have a friend who has a difficult name to pronounce but they love it, or a nickname. And this really gets your child engaged and connecting to what they're reading and really deepening their comprehension of the book and the ideas and the themes behind the books that they're reading. So try this lit tip out and share it with us. Tag us as you use the lit tip at Equity Through Lit. If you'd like any additional resources, check them out at our website, www.equitythroughlit.org. Thanks.